I now have two videos that are doing pretty well over here on YouTube, but they're both painting related. I want to jump into some other type of stuff like building content and design oriented things so I don't niche myself too far down the hole of only being able to make painting videos. I'd like this channel to be more about design and just making things in general, and of course that's going to include a lot of painting, but I hope that you can give videos like this a chance because they're going to be very art driven more so than anything else. All that being said, I think that spaces influence you dramatically, and I live in a condo that has kind of an open floor plan kind of thing going on. It has the potential to be a really amazing space, but there are currently these major issues, especially with storage. The idea here is going to be to try and start and solve those issues while also being true to the space. Every space is going to come with a unique challenge and set of limitations that influence the way that you should do things within it. Those limitations like natural lighting, ceiling height, general obstructions, budget, skill issues, they're all where creativity starts to play a huge role in design. I chose this corner to try and build more shelving in because it's a bit of an awkward amount of space. It's a little bit too small to put a chair or a table in without obstructing the main corridor that people walk down to get to the kitchen, and it ends up being a space where people just kind of throw their shoes when they walk into the house. So even though it's part of the floor plan, it ends up mostly being wasted space. Whenever I start a project like this, it always tends to be in response to a problem or trying to solve a problem. And even if in the end I don't end up solving that exact problem, it's a good base to begin. The problem here was that I needed a location where it would be more natural to put your shoes, but by the end of this, I didn't solve that problem at all, and that's more of a problem with me than it is with the actual building process that I do. I tend to build things in the same way that I tend to make paintings, where I'll start with an idea, and usually by the end of that painting or that project, that first idea that began the whole thing is almost entirely gone. This is probably not the most efficient way of building something, but I think it's a very artistic way of building something that heavily mirrors my painting process. I'll make part of it or begin a section that I think is going to end up somewhere, and then I'll sit down and look at it for a while until I get some sort of reaction to it, and it almost becomes a reaction-based thing where I have a cool idea and I add it in the middle of the process, and then by the end, I've almost lost the original idea, but I've created something way cooler in the end. I think that idea specifically is what I want this channel's major focus to be on. I want it to be about my personal design process and how it kind of transcends mediums, whether it's painting, drawing, building furniture, or just design language in general. Everyone has their own design language, and I think a lot of people get stuck in one thing, whether it be painting or building or cooking, and just stick with it forever. I don't think many people realize that what you learn from that one medium applies so much to so many other things. All of that being said, there is a bit of a skill issue here as well, as I don't really have much experience with woodworking or how to do things like this in general, so I'm kind of just going based on what seems like common sense while also watching a lot of building and furniture building content. I think that brings me to a nice transition point where if you see me doing something that is very incorrect or you know there's a much better way of doing something, please tell me. I would love to learn. However, if you are about to jump in the comments and tell me that I'm an idiot for cutting something in a certain way, one, you're probably right, and two, I already did it and all of my fingers are still here, so we can only go forward. Speaking of comments, a lot of people have been telling me that I should shut the fuck up. I won't be doing that, but I might be shutting the fuck up for parts of the videos going forward as I get better at structuring more compelling long-form videos. And I also don't know why on every platform I'm on, everyone seems to have beef with my voice. If you don't like my voice, there's a little button just for you in the bottom corner. It's called mute. You're welcome to put whatever music you would like to listen to on. I still really appreciate you, but also stop telling me how awful my voice is. Another thing that has been brought to my attention that I'd like to just kind of touch on real quick is the lack of a pop filter and the fact that I'm using a $40 microphone. I don't exactly have the money, so you're going to have to either deal with it until I get one, or you can go over to my website and buy a painting, and I'll buy a much better pop filter and also a microphone. Thank you. And for everyone that's been asking for it, here's some nice building ASMR. Enjoy. gonna go to the top corner. All right, that fucking hurt. And on that note, I invite you to go in the comment section and tell me whether or not you want me to yap the entire 10-minute video or cut it into things like this. Maybe go back and forth. So after I throw the last coat of polyurethane on the whole thing and touch up a few spots that I marked up after I put in the handrail thing, I am basically done with the whole shelving thing. And I started loading it with books and plants and stuff. Also, please don't make fun of my white floor. It's temporary. I realized that I think it is already getting a little bit cluttered, so I might go back and put doors on that bottom part, so that way it's only the floating shelf with a book there that's kind of viewable, and then all of that stuff down there would be hidden. If you think I should do that, let me know. If not, thanks for watching.